Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, doing the song Water to Drink by Antonio Carlos Jobim, Agua de Beber. The only chart I could find was in the new Real Books, and they have one called Standards. It's not Real Book 1, 2, or 3. It's called the Standards Real Book, put out by the same publisher. So that chart's down in the description, but the one I listened to was by Astrid Gilberto, and hers is down a fourth in the key of A minor. So it's a little low for piano, but there's ways to expand it, bring the melody up an octave. And anyway, that's the key I'm going to do it in first, and then I'll quickly run through the other chart as well. Both charts are in the description, so please feel free to click on them and print them out. So that's a close piano rendition of what they're singing. It's they're just kind of bending a note. So we're going like that to kind of simulate the bend, but it's not really like that. And you could play it simple like this. And that's what I put in my chart. But if you want to go like that, that's on the other chart, and it sounds pretty good too, I think. So second ending is what takes you into the song. Now, the half notes here in the chart are just your chord symbols, basically. We've got B7, but you want to put your own rhythm in there, so you want to go something like... Something like that kind of rhythm. There's so many great bossa nova rhythms that would fit in here. I tried to listen to the guitar player to get the exact rhythm, but the piano is in there fairly strong too with just solid chords, so I'm not really quite sure. But, do your own thing there. And it's nice because it's a 2, 5, 1 in our key, and then that's the minor key, and the relative major key is C, so then we do a 2, 5, 1 in that key. That's a nice way to get that sixth in there, and it'll also get you in the right spot for where the melody starts again. And then all these chords are kind of on the offbeat, so it's like on the and a 4. Da, 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 put them all ahead of the beat. I didn't write them that way, but that's the way they go. And I just do like a little C7th there. So I can do that. If I try to get that melody note, it's hard to do that with the chord at the same time, but... All right, here that is real slowly now. And that chord right there is kind of the same chord that we're going to. If you think of it, it's a B chord, and we're going to B. For our final 2, 5, 1 to get us to the end of the A section. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, da, ba, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum. And the same chord there that's in the end of the introduction. And, it's like supposed to be a 5 chord. Is it a 5 chord? Yes, it is. It's like E, going to A, E, let's suspend that E. All right. I don't know. It's kind of a 5 chord. Not really. It gives the song a kind of a cool vibe right there, I think. Ways that you could expand it, Yeah, so when you're in a minor key, a very typical jazz thing is to put the sixth in there. But, that just makes it sound too jazzy, I think, especially for this song. So A minor seventh, of course, is what they're doing too, I believe. So let's go with that. All right, not every minor 2-5-1's got to be that sixth chord there. I don't even like six chords, do you? I think there's a lot of songs in minor keys where the minor six just sounds too jazzy or something. So anyway, make the chords bigger here. We can go... Now, let's use some rootless voicings here. And then you can do this with one hand. So if you're improvising, this would be a good way to go. Let's see, how would I do that now? And once again, when you go like this, whatever you're on there, if it's a diminished scale or whatever you're doing, just keep on the same scale for the B7 that's coming up. And then, there's nothing too weird about the ending. One thing you might expect, and I think I did this on the chart by accident, is to go to like a G chord. But that's not how it goes. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2. And that's really the rhythm, but you could certainly make it a little more funky if you want to do. Anyway, very cool song. Let me quickly go through the other one that's out of the real book. Now this one just has the chord symbols. They're a little bit more accurate probably, or they're a little bit more detailed than my chord symbols, but basically they're the same. So, and right in this key, it kind of sits on the piano a little bit better, but I still like it in that other key. And then, just keep that note on top. Use that rootless voicing that you might be familiar with this, because this could be an F7th or a couple other things. But here it's an A minor 7th flat 5. See? That's A minor 7 flat 5 with the 11 on there. Now be careful you don't go like and get to that one chord too fast. Wait for here, and then. Might get a little drop 2 in there somehow. You could always fancy up that C13 chord a little bit, but Paul Simon's always telling his musicians in his band, and they're great musicians. He's, keep it simple, guys. Don't clutter up the music. So, keep it simple. It sounds good that way. I mean, what could you do? You could go, you could play all kinds of, dissonant kind of stuff in there that's legal, but it's just not, a little change like that might be nice. Now in this key, you can kind of get to the melody note better. Because it's up a little bit higher. Yeah, it's still a little bit awkward. And then the thing is going to be like that. Yeah. I think it works out really good in that other key where you're, playing the rootless voicings and everything. Probably would be okay here too. What would it be? Let's see, something like... jump, jump up there and hit it, yeah. And then stay right there, whatever you're doing. Yeah. You know, it's such a fun song, and I never played this song when I was working with my trio for years and years. And I think it would be fun maybe to make a nice track for this song to play along with. You know, maybe I could play some bass. Did you see Johan Kim's latest video? Oh my God, he's playing drums now, and he's a pretty good drummer too. He can play drums on the keyboard better than anybody I've ever heard. But anyway, you remember I did a video about Johan, one of his songs recently. Anyway, both charts are down there in the description. I thank you all for your tremendous support this last month. It's been really good. Should I throw a quick book review in here? Yeah, why not? I'll do a more extensive one, but this just came in the mail yesterday. It's Jazz Piano Fundamentals, Book 2 by, I guess you could call him a YouTube competitor, Jeremy Siskind. And, he should call his channel Jazz Piano College because he really is a college professor. And I think this is a pretty good book. If I was going to ever teach at a college, I would certainly use a book like this rather than try to come up with my own curriculum. I think it covers a lot of really, kind of just what it says, fundamentals. Jazz piano is such a wide subject. It can't cover everything, but I think he does a good job. Now, other things I'm working on, I had such great success thanks to the viewer who suggested Dream a Little Dream of Me. So I'm trying to really work out a decent stride arrangement. One thing I've never been able to do too well is really pound out those chords with the right hand. Not these big octave kind of chords. So that's what I'm trying to do on this. I came up with a few little harmonic ideas to it. I don't know where that comes from. Anyway, hope to get it done here in the next week or so and put it up for you all here on Patreon. I do thank you for your support, and see you again very soon.